Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi. It's Tuesday somewhere. So that means it's a legendary, the Division 2. This is District Union Arena. That's Roxy the dog. So in every game I play, I try to make the same build. And some of the YouTube people that I've come to know, some of the creators and some people that comment and some people just have become my friends, they have pretty much the same play style in whatever game they play. So they have in their mind a build that they're always trying to fit maybe in the game to how they want to play. Almost in every game, I'm more comfortable with some type of pet with me, i.e. a turret, i.e. my wolves/werewolves in D4. Star Wars The Old Republic, you get a companion. Destiny 2 doesn't really have pets. They have some features where you'll get like an additional firepower that's, like Ark has that, will do some damage. It's kind of like a pet like. But nonetheless, what's your play style? What do you like to do? There's some people people just like to throw out bullets. So they don't want lasers. They want machine guns and those kind of things. Kinetic weapons, not necessarily laser weapons or anything like that. I'm usually a status effect. Wow, I almost dropped you, YouTube. Status effects or bleeds that give you healing back. Like in almost every game, that's what I'm looking for. So I gravitate towards classes that have that kind of mechanic. The only thing that's kind of different in that is maybe a druid, and that goes to this other archetype that I like to be, where I don't have any weapons, I don't have anything, I just have my fists. And then a lot of monks, especially in D&D, have once every enemy they can do a punch that automatically kills somebody, maybe except for bosses. Roxy, geez, Roxy. So those are kind of my archetypes. So I like doing AoE damage. I like doing status effects. I like having a pet. So that's why you see this build. I play this build a lot. I even just completed this week's manhunt, and I have a modified build. I have a DPS build. It's a red build, but I took yellow pieces and turned them into red pieces that had high repair. So it's a high repair build. I have one yellow and the rest reds. I do a lot of damage, but I also heal. And then I throw on for my, whatever the things you put in, I got improvised gear, so I'm also like 80% reduction on yellows. So I have some gameplay that I'll show you in heroics where I just walk through yellows because they can't kill me. And I do this build in every single game. That's what I'm kind of trying to go for. Some type of ranged. I'm not like a sorcerer build. I'm not like a sniper guy. I'm kind of like a mid-level player, in-between player. So when I think about classes I like, that's always what I'm doing. In Diablo 4, I'm not real comfortable being melee. I like being in melee range, but I don't like being forced to be melee to generate my resources. And you can see here, I don't want to be in the front, but I want to be close to the front. I don't want to be in the back. So, I've figured out over the time I played games what I like to do. I really like this indirect damage, where I don't have to look. And that probably stems, I don't have to look at the enemy to kill him. That probably stems from my lousy aim in these types of games. Just to note as we're going through there, you need to always put a turret over there or something so you don't get flanked. And you can see by me going over there, it pushes them over to the side. We eventually will pincer them into the middle. And it makes this a lot easier. This group isn't necessarily, we have one other player that's like 5,000 and a couple lower level players. But we went through here pretty easy. Never any wipes, never even close to wipes. Very savvy players know what they're doing. And so that gives me time to focus on, as I play different games, what build do I like? You might see me play Ghost Recon. I love running around with a Desert Eagle. It's one of my favorite builds in the Division 2 to run around with a Desert Eagle or the Liberty in Division 2. And so, why is that important? Roxy, right in the critical. I'm about to tell you everything in the world. Roxy, look at this. You see this? You'll get squirted. So, before I get into the good part, this is normally when I ask you to like, share, unsubscribe, resubscribe, like, subscribe, comment. If you could help me spread the word, I'm trying to get up to a measly 500 because then I can be monetized and then I can start trying to do some things where it'll give me an ability, I hope, to make enough money to get a laptop that I can review. I use it for a month and give you an honest review on it and then raffle it off. That's what I'd like to do. I mean, if I could get to thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of subs, that'd be great. But it's not necessarily my be-all and end-all. Anyways, getting back to this. So why is it important? If you like doing the same type of character over and over in games, if you're the person that will re-roll a class, and you might have 2 or 3 of the same class, I've done that before. You can make your shaman different kind of things. You can make your druid different kind of things, but you just roll a different druid because you like the class so much. Then you have an archetype kind of thing that you like to do. And I'd submit to you in your life, you probably have the same kind of thing. So it's important to discover that and define that and know what it is. Why is that important, Ronan? Because if you want other people to embrace you, like you, develop relationships with them, if you don't know what you like, how the F are they going to know what you like? And this is a common thing with everyone in the world. You're not alone in this, where you're not sure what you want. If you're not sure what you want in a relationship, I got a newsflash. You don't like the person you're with. If you keep getting in relationships and after 6 to 9 months you end them, you might not know what you like. You might be in love with being in love. Right? So these are some things. So it's important to know yourself and know your likes and dislikes and really to be honest with yourself. You might not be able to be honest with everyone. It might be hard to be honest with yourself. But maybe you don't have to be honest every single day, but you do have to, at one point in your life, be honest with yourself so you can know what you like. It makes everything easier. I'll give a story. This is not male or female. I was dating someone, and I'd ask them what they want to eat, and they would say, I don't know, you choose. And I'd say, okay, let's go here. They'd go, no. I'd go, let's go here. They'd say, no. And so what is that about? Well, that's a person that doesn't want the responsibility for making the choice, but doesn't want to let you make the choice. They want their decision, but they want you to have made the decision. So if it doesn't turn out good, they can blame you for that. And it might not be that overt, but that's someone that doesn't want to take responsibility for the decisions they want. And that can be for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to tell you this. You don't want to be that kind of person. Roxy might want to be that kind of person. You might not want to be that kind of person, but you really don't want people like that in your life. So it starts off by you not being that kind of person, and it's easier to look for that in other people. Also, and this part's going to stink, I apologize, YouTube, in advance. What did you think about the clone conspiracy? I had a YouTuber that was going to come on and talk more about it, and I had inadvertently fluffed that up like that was going to be something great, and then they kind of, for whatever reason, they had real life stuff, so I went ahead and did it anyways. I don't know if it was any good. I don't know if that's something that you like, but anyways, I'm going to tell you something bad about those relationships. If you don't like the person how they are, they're never going to change to what you want. This is the last part of this video. For those of you just listening, I'll describe a little bit. I'm playing a game called The Division 2. At the end, you get to play a boss. In these legendaries, if your team wipes, that is, everyone dies, it starts you all over at the beginning. When you get to this last section, you can die. You just have to redo that section. And then you fight what's called the boss. And it's a boss fight, and the boss is a little bit tougher. So this is going to be a little bit longer, but it's near the end. So thank you for coming this far with me. You don't want someone to ask you to change. You want to change of your own volition. You want to say, hey, I want to lose weight for me, not for anyone else. I want to be more clean for me, not for anyone else. Conversely, that's what this other person wants. They want to be accepted for who they are. So if you keep going through these people like you're going through lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and nope, loser, 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 you might want to look at yourself first. And this is what I'm going to say with everything. I do a lot of videos where you should learn to solo first before you go out in a team, because then if you can be successful solo, then for sure you're going to be successful in a team. You might not win in a team, and that might be counterintuitive, but the fact that you learn to play with other people is good. You might have noticed that I moved counterclockwise in this this last part. That's a strategy I have in here. I use that strategy. Another person kind of helped support me as I moved around there. They could see that I was trying to clear out all the mobs and push them somewhere, so they innately helped. So you don't have to communicate your desires to everyone all the time. If you're doing something that is the same and you all have done it before and it's a shared experience, you can get some of that telepathy, some of that intuition where people understand what you're trying to do. But that's either you've done it with each other a lot of times, or this is a communal thing that a lot of people have done, and you're doing it with a new set of people. So what's your build type? Who are you? What do you like? Listen, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I had a lot of ups and downs and everything. I didn't know what I wanted. I might have still been sold what society was telling me what I want. Maybe I hadn't figured out what I had wanted, but I was lucky enough that I went to college, studied. I was a philosophy major, so I spent a lot of time, a lot of introspection. Why you want to do things, why, they're constantly asking you. And there's a lot of introspection. And I say it's okay if you don't do that in college, but what you don't want to be is a 45-year-old wondering how the hell you got here, and now you want to make a big change in your life because you don't have that much time to do that. And you don't have as many opportunities. So that leads to a life where you might have regrets. So I'm just trying to help you not regret. Think about what build you want. In gaming, the same thing. It's okay to try different things, but realize that if you pick a different class or a different job for yourself in a game, you might not be as happy because it's not what your true form is. This is Ronan Kazi. As always, thank you, YouTube. Appreciate everyone.